watching pizza doing bad shows cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cost only pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queers just to jerk off in a perv. Team Bushes, Team Bushes. Once tried to diddle his brother. I can't even fucking imagine what this did to his mother. He got locked up in a psych ward for his sick crimes, and decades later he got exposed by Joey Dimes. Now he's on a fucking mission to prove he's no Joe Mo, and he never stops bitching cause he's such a homo. He claims he spent years in prison, but he don't remember exactly where he did his time cause he's a pretender. He made up this fucking lie to try to impress you, and he'll sad fish and he'll cry to try and finesse you. So Team Bushes is on a mission as pizza's opposition to destroy his fake persona and put an end to his grifting. Team Bushes, Team Bushes, yeah, Team Bushes, they're peeping through the shadows, creeping mad slow, watching pizza doing bad shows cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cause Tony pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off in a perv. Team Bushes, they're here to keep an eye on you and make your life a living hell, cause you're a piece of shit and that ain't hard to fucking tell. You grift and you scheme and you bitch and you scream and you throw temper tantrums till they give you some green. You're a whiny fucking jerk and you refuse to go to work. If you don't get what you want, you lose your shit and go berserk. Go Z, bought membership for FBS's chat, and you fucking lost your mind and began to attack. Dixie Lee is a lady that you once were obsessed with, then she rejected your ass just like everyone else did. Alex Vela's channel is fucking hilarious. He clowns you in his videos and you should be embarrassed, bitch. You terrorize relentlessly in every single chat, cause nobody has more fucking sock accounts than Hellcat. Rottweiler, Luke, and Muggsy are world-class ball breakers, but Tony Pizza's a fraud and his crew are all fakers. Shadows, creeping mad slow, watching pizza doing bad shows cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cause Tony pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off and a perv. Team Bushes, yeah, Team Bushes, yeah.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I forgot my light. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I can't wait till I don't have to use these fucking stupid backgrounds anymore. I want to just say I see some people in here that seem to be from the politics shows. You can hang out if you want, but you won't understand what we're talking about because we're talking about the community we're actually part of here, the stupid mob community. So we won't be discussing politics, but I will be on later with a politics show or two for sure. So anyway, do me a favor, guys. Everybody who's here, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to start doing that on these shows too, just because, you know, gets the show out there, you know. Let me see. The Saxon, Pat Travelino, Sally, the Savior, John, Steve Blair. Hey now. Nick Valente. Let me see. Casey Robinson, the Shaky Shooter. Shyla Spellbound Creations. War. BTF Phoenix. Hello, Chris and chat. You're getting that too much daylight Alaska glow. Stay warm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, apparently I am. I will. And Sally, did I shout you out? God dollar Mimo? So anyway, guys, all right. Hit the like button, like I said. I'm gonna talk about the craziness I'm hearing about today. I listened to some of Shug's show, and it sounds like people are calling the FBI on each other. Is that what's happening? Who called the FBI on who? From what I heard, it sounds like the FBI showed up to Shug's house, and who else? Where else did they go? Shug's house, and I don't remember. You guys know about this? I'm curious what they wanted at Shug's house and who sent them, because he was making it sound like this guy in Miami sent them. I don't know. I'm curious about that. And then it sounds like they're talking about calling the FBI and him too, like Shug and Maureen. Oh, I heard of it, but I didn't listen. Yeah, that's what it appears to be. Politic folks could hang out and try to figure out MobTube. There isn't enough cocaine. Not even Hunter Biden amounts would make MobTube make sense. Yeah, or Don Jr. amounts. Yeah. MobTube is a very confusing, stupid land we live in over here. F the FBI, says War. Listen, War, I do not agree with you. I have no problem with the FBI. I just want to make that perfectly clear. That I have no problem with the FBI, okay? The Federal Bureau of Investigations is fine with me. Just want to make that clear. I don't know, War is in here talking crazy. FBI forever bothering Italians, that's right. So anyway, it sounds like they're all calling the FBI on each other. And I have my thoughts on this because I honestly think, I said a week ago or so on one of these shows, I think somebody's going to go to prison. I mean, it's inevitable. Somebody is going to go to prison over MobTube. Not just somebody from MobTube. There's a good chance a lot of people from MobTube are going to go to prison. But because of MobTube, and there are people that cross the line that really, really do fucking, they have no boundaries. They don't understand boundaries. They cross the line. They go too far, and they're breaking the law. You know. Oh, Maureen Mo, what's going on? How you doing? No, I said I hope they show up at my home. Also, I would hand them a thick file on him and his online antics. Yeah, I was listening to Shug's show. I heard some of the stuff you have in your file there. It sounds like you have two folders or books or something full of shit on them. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so I got you now. Yeah, you're hoping they show up. Yeah. So who called the FBI on who, Maureen? Do you know exactly? Who sent the FBI to Shug's? I only listened to the beginning and fell asleep, but from what I heard, 2 agents showed up at Mike's. 2 agents. Yeah. That's crazy. I know Mike said on the show that the FBI came to my house. They never actually came to my house. They called me, but they never came to my house. So I don't know, but oh, you can't see Maureen? Do you have her blocked or something? SoFlo sent them to Shug. Really? Like, we know that for sure? Yeah, Duck, she is. We know that for sure? Jesus. That's crazy. He doesn't admit that, does he? I can't imagine he admits that. And of course, I don't know any of this to be true. You know what I mean? I'm just talking. This is my show, and I'm just talking about what I'm hearing and asking you guys questions. Because Shug is listen, hold on. Not sure, but I'm assuming it was Miami since Shug had a dream of offing Miami. Oh, that's what he was talking about. I heard that. I heard him say something about that he said it was a dream, but yeah. I have dreams about killing a lot of these motherfuckers, man. You have no idea. I probably dreamt about killing damn near everybody as part of MobTube, you know, as far as content creators. Hopefully those dreams will come true one day. But nothing ceases to amaze me. No, Mike, no. And of course, I don't know. Just everybody relax. I don't know that it's SoFlo that sent the feds, or even Maureen says she doesn't know for sure. But if I heard Mike say that when he mentioned the guy's name, SoFlo's name, that the FBI is like lit up, like like they knew that. They knew who he was talking about, like as if it was him that sent them. I don't know, though. I don't know. People interpret things differently and shit. But I don't know what to say. I mean, Suga has his faults. There's no doubt about that. Suga's done some pretty evil shit. But I don't know what what he's done that the FBI would get involved. Like what does Suge really do? Like as far as breaking the law, there are people on here who break the law. There definitely is people who break the law. I mean, there's, sorry, it's housekeeping out there. Pizza, for example, breaks the law, and there's others. They go crazy with the threats and all kinds of shit people do to each other. Some of it could be considered civil, but some of it is definitely criminal activity. There's no doubt about it. And I think certain people on here have had the FBI called on them by many people, and that's when it becomes a problem for someone, because if one person calls the FBI on somebody, right, and the FBI looks into this shit, because obviously if somebody calls the FBI, they're going to say, well, this stems from a YouTube beef or something. They're going to look into this shit. They're going to see two people going back and forth and say, well, it's your own fucking fault for going back and forth with the guy. We're not going to do anything about this. We're not going to get involved. But to call the FBI on somebody, you generally have to call the field office in their area. Okay, so if you're calling the FBI on somebody in I don't know, and you take any state or any city, the city might not have the FBI. Like if somebody called them on me, they wouldn't call. There's no York FBI headquarters, but there is a Harrisburg one, so they call Harrisburg. And if enough people are calling the FBI on somebody, they're all going to be calling the same field office, and chances are the same agents are going to be hearing the complaints from all different people, and that's when it's like, okay, something has to be done because this person is a problem, And there's many people on here who are a problem. Well, a couple. And people don't know how to stop. We've already seen, it's been proven. There's people on here that they will do this for free. They'll do it for hours upon hours a day. They'll do it, while getting nothing in return whatsoever, not even being compensated for their time. But they do it because they love it, which is bizarre. But a lot of people, this is their outlet. They're not going to do things in their real life anymore, so they do them on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't break the law in my real life, in my personal life in the real world, but I'm not going to break it on here either, because you can go to jail. They're just the same, and there's laws in place that make it even worse if you're doing something over the internet. You got to be very, very careful, very, very careful. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it seems to be getting pretty goddamn ugly. There's a lot of people who really, truly fucking despise each other. That's why I try to let a lot of this shit go, and just put stuff behind me, because I'll eventually wind up killing somebody. There's no question about it. I won't be able to help myself, or I'll get killed, or, I'll fucking end up in jail somehow. It's just really not worth it. And I'll say what I always say to people. If you're dealing with the FBI and all types of other shit because of your YouTube activities, what makes it worth it? Listen, I was a criminal most of my life. I never had to deal with the FBI. Okay? I'll be goddamned if I leave the streets, turn my life around, get clean and sober, and then years and years later have to fuck around with the FBI because of this horse shit. Have the FBI knocking on my door and stuff. Fuck that. And again, at least I used to make money doing this. So I have more of a reason to tolerate stuff like that than anyone else. But there's a line for everybody. I mean, money is worth it to a point. But the problem with the FBI is you don't ever want to be on their radar because you never get off their radar. You know what I mean? Once they have some sort of report on you, and believe me, anytime somebody calls the FBI on you, there's a report made. It's documented. They don't just take the call and then forget all about it. So, and if you're going to be on here breaking the law constantly and you know, threatening different people and just doing shit to fuck with them online, cyberbullying, whatever you want to call it, then all this stuff will build up. The FBI will have a case on you, and then you got a serious fucking problem, you know. And I don't see it being worth it. Fuck that. The FBI, what the fuck? I'd stop chatting if it came to that. The FBI, that's serious shit, you know. You don't want to have to fuck around with the FBI. Not me. Nope. That's another reason I calmed myself down, you know, because you know, there was times when I said really crazy shit. And it's just not worth it. If I'm going to catch a charge for anything, it's going to be for a lot of money. It ain't going to be for no super chats. It's going to be a fucking bank robbery or some shit. That's if I'm committing a federal crime. Believe that. That's when it's time to log off. Oh yeah, definitely. Kira, hey, how are you? It's so good to see you, Kira. How's your mom? I miss having you guys around so much. I have my reasons for not liking them has zero to do with YT. Oh, of course. I mean, nobody. I mean, I think most people go through their life never planning on having to deal with them, you know. But when they get involved, there's usually a serious problem. And again, it all builds up. You know, somebody might call the feds on a person, and the feds might say, "Okay, look, you guys are just. This is your thing. You're not stopping either. You're just beefing. If he crosses the line, it's your own fault for fighting with him." But then if another person calls the same field office and another person, that's when it becomes a problem, you know, because they'll see, okay, there's a common denominator here. So, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of crazy threats going around. The thing that happened with Common, all types of shit. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And don't get me wrong, you know, I do this politics shit, and eventually that might get ugly that way, but I'll just slow it down then. You know what I mean? That's all. I'll just calm the fuck down a little bit, because you got to know. It's just like if you're in the streets and, you know, you start to see cops watching you and stuff like that, you realize, okay, you got to lay low a little bit, you know, clean out your crib and hope that they're not about to kick your door in, and don't do anything to cause them to do that. Aren't you happy you're out of this mess? I mean, I'd be happy if I was completely out of it, but I know what you mean. For the most part, I am, and yes. And I'll tell you this too, guys. For anybody who wants to attack me for anything I say on my show and stuff, whether it be Angel or whoever I talk about, I'm just letting you know now, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. There's not a fiber of my being that's scared of any of you. I'm going to talk about whatever I want on the show. That's it. You know, I'm not going to just directly attack people, but if there's something going on that I hear about and it's interesting, I'm going to talk about it. So anybody who has a problem with it can do whatever they want. But chances are I probably wouldn't even go back and forth with you anymore. I think those days are over. I'll just do my shows like I do every day, and I'll talk about whatever seems interesting. So this morning I checked around. I looked. I didn't check Maureen's channel. I totally forgot. I checked Angela's channel. I checked Angel's channel. I checked Shug's channel, and for about an hour and a half, I listened to Shug's show. So I heard a lot of interesting stuff. I think they were talking about Jim Terry for a little while too. His wife shouldn't have been mentioned. Whose wife? Nobody's wife should be mentioned, but who specifically? Guys, taking my pills. They're not drugs. I got to take my medication for the day. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. In case you want to see what that, I don't know if you can see it there. That's my handful of a heart medication, blood pressure medication. Yeah, so I got to take that now. Sorry, guys. That's the first time I've ever done that on camera, but like I said, I'm in a hotel now, and I'm far, far away, so my life is pretty disorganized and a mess at this moment in time. you know? So I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I got 2 suitcases full of clothes on the fucking floor. I got 3 pairs of Jordans, of course. I got 3 different jackets with me. I travel like abroad. You know, I bring my whole closet with me. I got a lot of stuff. She absolutely wouldn't have been or shouldn't have been drug into this. Oh, comments. Oh, yeah. No, of course not. Come on. Nobody should, honestly. But that shit. Oh, nothing new on your channel. Yeah, I know I checked recently, Maureen. I saw you haven't done a show in a while. And again, if I didn't ever get to tell you, while you were in the chat or anything, I'm very sorry for your loss. Very sorry. Can only imagine what you're going through. But yeah, the wife thing, it's played out. It's another thing. It's another reason I don't engage with many of these people anymore. And the AI videos people make of people's family members and shit. I mean, this is eventually somebody might get killed. You know what I mean? Honestly. I mean, it's going to get to a point where somebody just loses it altogether and just can't take anymore. And that's when you get to that feeling, to that point where you're feeling like that. That's what sometimes when you got to just separate yourself, because that's how I was getting. You know, it's to the point where I was just going to throw my life away. Thank you, Maureen. And you just got to chill. I mean, the FBI knocking on your door. Now, Suge, I don't know why they came to see Suge. I'm not saying Suge should stop doing his shows. Suge enjoys it, whatever. I just mean, with the FBI getting involved in all this stuff, it's crazy. And it's not good when stuff like that happens. I don't deny the shit I've done. I've called agencies and shit when I felt like I've had no choice, but people push you to that point. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do when somebody hacks your family member? Like your loved one? My wife, last night, somebody sent me a clip of Suge's and said, "This, you should look at this. It looks interesting." And what it was Suge was talking. He was playing some video from a troll channel about me, and he put a comment up on the screen from Angela. And Angela said something along the lines of, "FBS, I hope you're watching this. You weren't hacked. Your wife used the photocopy machine at SoFlo's house." Now, you guys should know me better. I'm extremely paranoid and extremely careful. I would never allow something like that. Never. Not only that, and I put up a community post just to let Angela know, because it's not like I talked to her behind the scenes. First of all, I wouldn't ever, let's say, Shanna, why don't you make a copy of your pay stub or something at SoFlo's house? You know what I mean? I'm like, I might as well just fucking throw her to the wolves. Like, so that didn't happen. And not only that, but Shanna, her pay stubs stay on her work website or whatever. She has some website. She has a password and stuff. That's where her pay stubs are. I don't even think she ever checks them. But she would have no reason whatsoever to be fucking around with her pay stubs at somebody's house like that. You know what I mean? It's and I don't even know the guy has a. Angela said photocopy machine. I heard that. What I was told is that SoFlo said that Shanna printed out one of her pay stubs or something, which is again absurd. Shanna never used a computer there. Shanna was doing her thing. She was hanging out with Tina and the other dude that was there. When me and SoFlo were doing the show and we had dinner together and stuff, but she didn't use anything like that. If SoFlo's saying this, it's because I guess he doesn't want anybody to think that he had somebody that hacked someone for him. But that's the fact of the matter. I mean, the guy sent me everything, meaning let's just say Shanna used his computer or something. She would have had to have logged on to her fucking website from his computer. These are things that would never happen. And I assure you, the entire time, there's one computer in that house that I know of, and Shannon never used it. But the guy sent me, he had a screenshot of the login thing for Shanna's works website, and it said username and password, and he had all the information, the username and the password. He had the pay stubs. He had her partial social security number. It was stuff like that. I think maybe her driver's license number or a license plate number, something. I mean, that's what it was. but it was certainly nothing Shanna did. I would never let Shanna use, yeah, I know you believe it. I would never let, yeah, no, exactly, BTF. I would never let Shanna use a computer at somebody's house and put her personal information into it, especially, quite honestly, him. Because, you know, even when I was friends with him, of course, you know that eventually you might not be friends anymore, and you see people's patterns, and you know the first thing they're going to do once you're not friends anymore, you know? So that stuff just didn't, it didn't take place. But when something like that happens, when you're actually hacked, when your wife is hacked, what do? You say, no, I'm a G. I don't call the feds. I don't call law enforcement. Fuck that. I'll murder. You know what I mean? Like that shit. No, you do whatever you have to do to protect your family. And when a guy is on a different continent, what do? Travel to a different continent and try to kill him or something? No. So you have to, unfortunately, in that situation, you have one option if you want to protect your family member, and that is the FBI. That's it. And listen, if you love your family member, all that street shit, you put that aside. If you even got to swallow your pride a little bit, you do whatever it takes, especially as a man, to protect the women in your life. You know, you do whatever the fuck you got to do. And I wasn't going to play around and allow somebody to really try to start fucking with her life. You know, so I'm guilty of calling agencies on people. Another time I got threatened by someone that, you know, wasn't just threatening me, it was threatening my family. That had to be dealt with, you know, and it was right after people came to my house. So you just can't take chances. But again, like the fact that it even went that far before, it makes me, you know, not want to be a part of it anymore. You know what I mean? It does. Like, it's fucked up when you open an email and you see your wife's information there. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was pretty simple. I think the way it was done, I'm assuming. I think they sent her something and she didn't realize, you know, you're not supposed to click links in emails or anything. She probably clicked the wrong link. It was some sort of honeypot or something. And they were able to hack her email. And through her email, they got, you know, her password and all that shit. That's my guess. But Shanna knows now, like, if she gets an odd text message, an email, anything, don't even open it. Forget about clicking a link. Don't even open it. I'm the same way. That's why a lot of people, you email me stuff, and sometimes it's good stuff I use for the show. Don't ever get mad at me if I don't get back to you. If I don't know you, like if I haven't emailed with you before, then I'm not going to email you back because I don't know who's trying to set me up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Didn't he admit that he did? Who, Ducks? Didn't who admit that? Kira, 20 pounds, super sticker. Thank you very much, Kira. Anybody want to donate on the show, guys? I hate to say that 85 people is more than usual, but lately it is. So can we get some donations going maybe? We don't have 30, 40 people watching today. That's what I'm here for, guys. You got to understand, I'm traveling. I'm very, my time is limited. I can only do a couple of shows a day. The politics shows, I make some money, but not enough, obviously. So I got to make money on these shows. So I would appreciate your support still. Please donate if you can. I don't have any big donors lately. You know, they stop coming around from time to time. Every now and then they come back, go away for a while again. It just depends. So I didn't get no big donation before the show. I mean, Kira's money is the first donation I've gotten. And yesterday, I think on the MobTube show, I could be wrong, but I don't think I made even a dollar, nothing. So just hoping you guys can help out. It's very important because you can only imagine I got to deal with a dying family member. And on top of it, I got to worry if I'm going to be able to pay my fucking bills when I get home. This hasn't been a fun trip. It's not exactly a vacation. It's a very, well, I'm not going to get into it, but very stressful. Very. The highlight of this trip so far was going to dinner with a friend last night. That's it. So I'm not even really getting to sightsee or anything. But anyway. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't care about the street stuff. Like these people, I'm not a rat. Listen, it ain't about being a rat. First of all, the fucking word rat. I'm so tired of this shit. Like a rat is somebody who's in the streets or engaged in illegal activity. And then they cooperate with law enforcement to get themselves out of trouble. Meaning Yeah, whether it's a new case, whether it's a probation violation, a parole violation, whether it's whatever it may be. Like if you catch a case now, you tell on people to help you get out of trouble. That's a rat. Okay. When a regular individual who just lives a fairly normal life calls the police, that's called being a fairly normal individual. That's called being just an American citizen who does what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to go torch somebody's car, burn their house down, or shoot them. You're not supposed to actually do that. You left that shit behind. So what you're supposed to do is go to law enforcement, let them handle it, So when any of these people, and let me tell you something, none of these guys are in the streets. None of them. They haven't been in the streets for decades, most of them, if they were ever. So quite honestly, whoever calls the cops or the feds, do whatever you have to do to protect your family. Who cares? And if somebody calls you a rat, just remember you're talking to a jerk off who most likely is a rat themselves. Because isn't it funny that the guys that shout rat the loudest are usually the rats? So I don't look down on nobody. You do what you got to do to protect your family. This YouTube shit, this is just like, for most, it's nothing more than a hobby. For me, at least, I made a living at it. And even for me, it gets to a point where it's just not worth the money anymore. Like, again, I know that right now, if I went ape shit on certain people, I could have 200 people in this chat in 5 minutes, and I could make a few $100. But is it worth it? Then what? You know what I mean? Then I got a bunch of animals attacking my family all day. Like, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Just my opinions. BTF Phoenix, $20. Following Kira, so lovely to see you here. Say Sally is the bestest. Sally is the bestest. Thank you for the $20. Sally, $2. If everyone matches, it could be a good day. Yeah, if people want to match Sally, she is one of the biggest sponsors of the show. Or match Kira, or match BTF. Match somebody. Do something. Did I get any cash here? I don't get cash at all anymore, unless like one of the Mr. Anonymouses donates or something. Well, there's a few people that do donate cash, but yeah, not a single cash app. Maybe a cash app, guys. Venmo, PayPal. What do you think? You make it so I can have a decent day and focus on life instead of rushing back to the hotel to do another pointless show. It'd be fantastic. I need somebody to come through and save me right now with a Hyundai or some shit like that. If your opinions are correct, it's the truth. I guess. I mean, I just, when I listen to shows like Shug or Angel, or SoFlo every now and then, if I pop in and listen, which I've done once, I think in the last year or something, but it just reminds me of how fucking horrible all this gets. And these guys they're not tired of it yet. They can't be. They keep doing it. When do you just get to the point where you're like, you know what? Fuck what this person says. You know what I honestly think it is, man? And I'll always say this. The views and the clicks get addictive for people. For me, it was money that got addictive. My whole life, since the first time I touched a dollar bill, I became addicted to money. But I mean, on YouTube, like, that's why I would, even when things got terrible, I would just keep fighting with people, because you love getting those numbers, the views, the engagement and the money. Now, a lot of these guys aren't making any money, but listen to them, the way they talk about views and stuff like that. And they're addicted to all that shit. So they will continue to fight as long as it brings that, as long as they have a small audience that'll listen to them. You know what I mean? And be in their chats and stuff. It just becomes worth it to them. Tony Ducks, $20. Thank you very, very much. What is that? What is that thing? Oh, I see it. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $20. See there? Look, I got a cash app. It's a fucking Christmas miracle. Anyway, Joey Dimes channel, Matching Sally, $2. Thank you. If I didn't already shout that out, I think I might have. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, I'll never understand the hobby, the people who do it for a hobby. But when when you're making money, I mean, it's like, God damn. So if this motherfucker says something about me right now, somebody sends me a clip and he says something about me, and then all I got to do is go live and just do what I do, just roast the shit out of him, put personal information of his out there, do whatever. I make a ton of money. It's like, yeah, if you're going to keep doing it, you're going to keep doing it. But at some point, it's got to get, to the point where you say, okay, maybe there's a different way. I mean, maybe there's a different way. I happen to be very lucky. Oh, Soto, $50 matching all. Thank you, Soto. Thank you so much, bro. Oh, that's awesome. He matched everybody. Thank you. I forgot what I was saying, but I'm very lucky because I have politics. I happen to know a lot about politics, so I can, I haven't lost the debate on that show. I've taken, 5-6 phone calls, people I've debated. I'm good at what I do when it comes to that. The politics shit, I'm very, very informed. I study the shit like I'm fucking, like I got to take a test on it at some point. So it, I have that option. But a lot of people, they came on YouTube using my name or using somebody else's name. And their only plan from the beginning was to just talk about me or whoever, Tony Pizza, whoever it may be, Lee Cole, whatever. They never actually had a plan. When a lot of us started these channels, we knew, listen to my shows in the beginning about the mob. I was like a fucking encyclopedia. I knew everything there was to know basically about the mafia. I forgot a lot of that stuff now. I still know a good bit. But that was my plan, the mafia. Talk about that. John A-Light, talk about him, get involved in the whole Jimmy A-Light beef, stuff like that. But a lot of these people, they don't even know anything about that, and they're supposed to be part of MobTube. So there's shows on here that have never done a single show about the mob. I think probably the majority of them. Oh my God, wow. You guys are fucking great. Shyla, $5, thank you so much. And Miss A, $100, take care. Miss A, thank you so fucking much. You are an absolute sweetheart, and I hope you are well. That is that's amazing. You guys are the best. I didn't expect all this, but believe me, you put a big smile on my face. At least I can relax a little bit today and not have to worry. You have no idea the stress. I said to somebody last night that I had dinner with, I said, I can't believe I put myself in this position. You know what I mean? Where even when I have to go on a trip, of course I don't want to go on to watch yet another family member pass away from a horrible fucking illness. I have to be worried about rushing back to the fucking room to do goddamn YouTube shows because that's how I make a living, like a jackass. I should have never went this route, but I did. So anyway, I forget where I was at. Of course I do, right? I always forget. Robert B, $2, matching Sally. Thank you, Robert B. Hey, look at you guys. Chris say, you're all the best, but Sally is the bestest. You're all the best, but Sally is the bestest. But you're all the best, but Sally's the bestest. I don't know what that was. I thought that was a donation of some sort. I don't know what that notification sound was about. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's never going to end. People are going to do this shit to the end of time because they have nothing. That's where I was at. They have nothing else they can do. And the funny part is, like, I'm going to be honest, man. Besides me, Gunsmoke, and Angel, I can't tell you a single person who has made a living on here. I'm talking about a living. I'm not talking about $500 a month. I'm talking about really making a living. And unless you include RJ and Jeff, people like that. I'm talking about these types of shows that aren't really about the mob anymore. Me, Gunsmoke, and Angel, the only people that I know for sure actually make a living off of doing this. And I can't think of a single other person. Who the fuck else even gets donations like that? So this is just a community filled with channels that are doing this for free, and they're putting their family through this for free, and they got the FBI knocking on their door for free, and they're calling the FBI on people for free, and their whole lives are consumed by this. Like Suge, I ain't trying to bash Suge right now, but Suge don't make no money off this. And his fucking show last night was 8 hours. 8 hours. You know what I accomplish in 8 hours? You know how much shit I do in 8 hours? I couldn't imagine doing it. And then there's other people who they don't stay on necessarily for real long at a time, but they'll do 4 or 5 MobTube live streams a day because every time somebody says their name, they have to come on and talk about it, you know? FBS, I do shows about the mob. Every day I have something on the Gambino Street Enforcer. That's true, Joey Dimes. That's true. I got to give you that. There's no bigger mobster on MobTube than Tony the Pick. Good-looking Tony, the guy with 1,000 jobs. Oh, okay. All right. Listen, this is. Oh, I forgot I got my different glasses on. These shits are like real, like behind my ear. I can't just pull them off. Once they're on, they're kind of on. Kellyanne, $60. Chris Haya, tell Sally, BTF, Shyla, I send love. Remind Kira to be careful what she says. Kellyanne. All right, Kira, be careful what you say, I guess. Thank you, Kellyanne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are the best. You don't know what a difference this makes. I'm telling you guys. I told Shannon. I don't know if I told you this already. Maybe a week ago, we were sitting on the couch, and I said to Shannon, I said, you know, I think if I really just took an hour or two, if I ever just let myself sit down and just think for even an hour or two, I'd lose my mind. I'd be in a straitjacket. You know, I can't tell you guys about all this shit going on, but I mean, let's just say when it rains, it pours, you know? And I had this fear when my mom passed. I told my brother, I said, you know, we haven't lost a family member in so long that my biggest fear is that now everybody's going to die all at once. And it appears to be that's what's happening. So it's extremely difficult. So, and you know, losing the support of everybody on here and everything, just all this shit at once is just enough to make you want to fucking cry. But I appreciate you coming through for me today. I do, because I need it. You know, this trip is going to cost me fucking, you know, I don't even know by the end. I stayed in the cheapest hotel possible. But it's expensive shit, you know? So I got a lot going on. It's a terrible time to lose all my income. It's fucking horrible. The Lucchese and Genovese most definitely have the most powerful. Of course, but they don't have Tony the Pick, Tony the Enforcer, good looking Tony. What were some of his other names? Mike does this for a different reason, and he thoroughly loves it. Plus, he gets gifts galore. He can open up his own candle emporium at this point. Oh, Sacchio you're talking about? Okay, I was thinking Mike Slick when you said that. I'm not used to anybody calling him Mike. Well, that's good. He gets gifts out of it. You got to get something out of it. You got to get something. And I don't even know if that's enough. You know, I don't know. I'm telling you, well, the number I had for the majority of the time I was on here in my head that I would not do this anymore if I went under that. I never went under it, luckily. But I came close sometimes. But I had a pretty big number in my head of what I have to make on here in order to make this worth it. And you got to realize, you want gifts though, right, Mike? I want gifts. I forget what. Fuck, man, that quickly I forgot. But no, tough Tony, good looking Tony. Yeah, you just there's no. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The shit we've gone through. I mean, and I'm not talking about shit. I take responsibility for shit that's my fault. No problem. No problem. But I think it's fair to say the majority of things that have happened to me on here happened in the beginning. The majority of them, not all of them, with people who I didn't know, who didn't know me, who just decided I was going to be their ticket to a successful YouTube channel. NB, you know what I mean? Tony Pizza, Johnny Mac, you know, every single clip channel, all the troll channels, like people built entire channels just around my existence. And they just abused the living shit out of me and my fucking family. Now, I fight back. And for that, I'll take responsibility for fighting back, but I'm also a fighter. I'm not somebody who's just going to take it. Now I don't really care as much. You know, it's like, fuck them. I realize they're all clowns anyway. But, you know, that getting jumped was bullshit. I didn't even fucking do anything. The reason I supposedly got jumped, didn't even do it. Even the judge said I didn't do it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, just from jealousy, from the money I was making, and the fact that certain people on here have a very sick, and I'm talking about males, a very sick obsession with me where they have to be involved with me in some way. You know, because of shit like that, you know, I've had to deal with more horse shit on here than everybody else combined. I don't care, Angel, all of them. Take all of them combined, and all this stress and horse shit and abuse they've had to put up with, and it doesn't compare to my first year on here. And if anybody denies that, you're just lying to yourselves. And I hear people all the time, nobody's gone through what I've gone through on here. Yeah, I have. And then some, you know? So, you know, but anything that's my fault. If I do something to somebody and they do it back to me, then it's my fault. But if you do something to me and I fight back and then you do something else, what do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Or even if I don't, even if I ignore you and you just keep going. So you got to be a fucking mental patient to just do this. And look at Suge and SoFlo, for example. These guys have been at war for how many years now? 3 years or something? You know what you can accomplish in 3 years? You know how much time that actually is? I mean, they've been at war. They've done everything possible to each other. They've taken each other to court. They've tried to get restraining orders on each other. Now the FBI is being called. And when does that end? Like, if you were to take a wild guess, if you were to say, okay, I think this is where it'll finally be all over. This will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. What do you think it's going to take? Do you think one of them is going to have to die? Or one of them is going to have to go to prison for a long time? Like, where does it end? What's the end game? I don't get it. It's all good when you're doing this shit for entertainment. That's what I used to like about, you know, like fighting with people like Lee. Even though Lee was a scumbag and he had people like NB doing his dirty work for him, you know, he would attack families by proxy, you know. With somebody like Lee, you know, I think there was a mutual understanding that this is all just entertainment. And yeah, we truly despise each other, but we're also using each other. You know what I mean? To have something to do shows about, you know, and to make money. But it gets to the point, especially with the newer people here. When I say newer people, I still mean SoFlo, Mike Satchel. I'm talking about people that came later, after this thing was already rolling for months and months. And then, of course, newer people than that, you know. These people, they just take it too fucking far. And it's never going to end until somebody drops fucking dead or gets killed or winds up in prison. And even then, I don't know if it'll end, because the motherfucker from prison will probably be writing threatening letters to the person from Mob 2 that they were fighting with. What does that mean? Your arm fell off. What does that mean? So, you know, it's just it's a never-ending saga, man. But that's another thing I mean when I talk about how I think it's kind of just dying, is there's not even any new exciting beefs. Like, to me, it's just not that interesting. You know, like yeah, letters from Cuba. Yeah. That's funny as fuck. Oh shit. I mean, I guess like wait a minute, SoFlo, the guy who wants to put my siblings' pictures out, the picture are on Facebook. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that. What is that about? BTF. Tommy Stiggs, FBS, how long has you been going? 4 or 5 years. Many of us branched off the original genre. Yeah, June 30th of 2021. So about 4.5 years. unbelievably enough. Yeah. Yeah. When did you come along, Tommy? Your green screen, when you put your arm a certain way, it looked like, oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about any of that. Why would somebody be attacking them? Why? What the fuck? Anyway, what I was saying is, as far as the beefs that are going on now, like, it's not even fun, say Angela and Angel fighting, that might be fun, but you got animals involved who take it too far, and Angel platforms those animals specifically for that reason. So they will take it too far because that makes her feel like she won, there's no bottom for Angel. There's nothing she won't do or allow somebody else to do on her platform. I never thought that. I really thought maybe she was a better person than that. But it is true that, oh shit. Could somebody unblock Kira? I tried to delete the comments. I fucking blocked her. God damn it. Can somebody take care of that? Because I can't right now. Anyway, yeah, you're just wrong about people sometimes. I'm not saying that somewhere in there she doesn't have a good heart. She's done some kind things. She's, even for me, but even if Angela was a perfect stranger, to allow the guy to sit there and talk about her paralyzed nephew and all that other stuff. But then when you add to the fact that, the part where, they were fucking, I would say probably best friends, at least on YouTube, for what are we talking about? It had to be going on 4 years, right? Before they went their separate ways, or maybe even more. No, probably about that. Maybe a little less. So, and they knew each other before this, so it's just not, to me, that's not fun. Like to listen to Angel talk shit, that could be fun. To listen to Jim Terry talk shit, that's not fun. You know what I mean? Because to me, again, there's a point where you just cross the line, and it's now somebody should get hurt real bad, And he's not the only one. I'm just saying that's like Angel's top gun, That's the guy she sends after people. So I don't even enjoy that. There's no fun beefs anymore. You know what I mean? And even if you turn on the shows that are beefing, you're gonna hear the same beef that's been going on for a while. Like if you listen to SoFlo, you're gonna hear him beefing with the same people he's been beefing with for years. If you turn on Angel, at least people that have been with her for years, you're just gonna hear the same old fights with like MRE and the Troll Army, and now Angela and Maureen and stuff like that. And every channel, they're pretty much just fighting with the same people they've always fought with. There's really nothing new happening. I think that's why Eric's channel, a lot of people like Eric's channel and stuff, is because Eric is newer to the scene and he's good at what he does. And he has a personality for it. And, it's at least new with him because he's new, so his beefs with people still take interest in listening to Eric. But a lot of shit, of course, people got tired of it. Because it's like, how many fucking days in a row can you listen to somebody talk about MRE? Or, you know what I mean? Even I'm aware of it when I do it with pizza. That's why I try to switch it up whenever I can. But, I've had kind of a rough year, and I will absolutely use that as an excuse without a doubt. But I know, I don't sit here and say, why did the numbers go down? To a certain level, yeah, it's like, how did they go down that low? But I do understand how they went down, because it used to be, even if there was the same beef going on for a while, there was always new shit being thrown into the mix. I could be doing a show about SoFlo every day, and then Angel will fuck with me, and now I'm doing 10 shows about Angel, and I get back to SoFlo, and then MRE fucks with me, and, but now it's just the same shit. It's just the same people fighting with the same people, and the natural conclusion is going to be that everybody loses their audience, because how long can people take interest in this horse shit anymore with nothing changing? I think that's why it's almost necessary when these people. Oh, thank you, BTF. Hope I can unblock her now. If anybody else would like to donate, I'd appreciate it very, very much. Oh, she's not blocked. It says she's not blocked. Kira, you shouldn't be blocked. Can Kira come in the chat? Oh, there you are. Okay. Sorry, Kira. Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm sorry for, but it's all right. Hopefully for you. I don't want anybody to be mad at you. Oh, I got to give her a wrench back. Let me do that. But that's why I think it is ridiculous as it is when the enemies become friends on here. And I've been guilty of it too. I think it's necessary because that's the only thing that changes. I think that's the only thing. Like you could listen to a certain show where that content creator has been talking about the same motherfucker for years now. And they're still talking about the same motherfucker, except now this other person that was their enemy is now their friend, and they're both talking about that same motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's like that's really all that changes. It's not the beefs, it's the friendships. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, let me give it back. No, I was trying to delete her comment, and I accidentally blocked her. I would never block Kira. There you go. Plus, one of the channels is painfully repetitive. I haven't watched in a long time, but it's probably the same. That's, you know, even if I play pizza videos, for example, at least the videos are different. There's different stuff to talk about. But yeah, I mean, I've listened to shows where, you know, a year later, they're still not just talking about the same person, but they're saying the same shit about the same person. It's like, God almighty, this is fucking boring as a motherfucker. Get over it. I mean, move the fuck on. There's got to be other people to talk about. And that's what happened with me. I ran out of people to talk about. Simple as that. And everybody will eventually. Unless you're fucking with me, I'm not going to attack you. I might talk about you. I might say some things here and there that seem like I'm taking shots at you, but I'm just using it for entertainment, you know? But, Chris, the costumes are new. What does that mean? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? No, what are you talking about? No problem, Kira. What was I saying? I don't know, but they're people just say the same things about the same fucking people. It's like we know MRE, for example. We know he's a Nazi. We know he's a rat. We know he's a kid diddler. We know, everybody knows, even if they don't want to admit it. You know, it's like, how many fucking days in a row can you just say that? Oh, I got you, Sally. Yes. How many days in a row can you just say that? That same shit about the same person every single fucking day. And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it too. A lot of the time I do it with pizza. You know, I'll throw the same insults his way, but that's at least I understand that that's gotten boring. People, they'll do the same show today they did yesterday and not realize that it's boring to people. They because they're having such a good time doing it, they think everybody's having a good time watching it. Not necessarily, and most likely not. You know, that's just the way. That's just the way it is. Everything gets played out. So, like, you know, the Angel and Angela beef, that'll get played out. Them fighting with MRE will get played out. You know, other people who are attacking each other, eventually it'll all get played out. And if people aren't attacking me, and they're not attacking me for a number of reasons, I don't really blame them at all. I'm just not going to attack people, you know? So all these people are engaged in other beefs with each other and stuff, and I'm just chilling, doing my thing, which, you know, I have more peace of mind now than ever, even though I might have less money. You know what I mean? So, so what do? You wake up every morning and you say, okay, I have nothing to talk about, so now I'll attack this one, or I'll attack that one. And now you start a beef. And I don't like starting shit. I never like that. I think people who start fights are punks, you know? So anyway, Chris, when you're drunk, everything you say is funny to you. Exactly, Sally. Yep. Some people justify going after the chats. If you're watching a show, someone told people not to. Such bullshit. It's that shit right there. I told you, anybody tries to tell you what shows you can watch or what chats you could be in, you should tell them to go fuck themselves and then watch the show more and be in the chat more. You know what I mean? Because as long as people feel like they have that power over other people, they'll continue trying to use it and trying to tell people what to do. But once they learn, okay, these people don't even care anymore if I attack them for it. They're just going to do it anyway. They'll get tired, you know? They'll get tired, without a doubt. And, especially with some of these guys, it's not just their friends. Like let's just say I was, I don't know, friends with one of these MobTube content creators, whatever. And they're in Tony Pizza's chat while he's tearing my family apart. Oh, that friendship's going to end. That's the end of it right there. I had to end friendships because people insisted on being friends with Tony Pizza, But when it's strangers, like people you're not even friends with, and you're telling them where they can go, who are you? What? What do you mean? And that's why you got to take these people's power away. You have to fucking do it, because the only reason they feel so bold and they feel like they're capable of bullying you out of shit is because a lot of the time it works. And you can't give them that, Can't give them that. That's exactly what what they do. Is that what you meant? Or exactly what I do? Yeah. Oh, I know you do, Ducks. Yeah. You just do your thing. That's what you got to do. If people want to attack you, fuck it. Don't worry. You'll be all right. You know what I mean? Look at the people who've been attacked. You'll survive it. You'll be okay. Did you guys see Jeff Canarsi's MRE documentary? That was brutal. That guy is your average racist. He cosplays as a Nazi, collects Nazi art, is part of a Nazi group, but racist? How dare you? What do you mean? That's how MRE acts? Maybe I'll watch it. How do I find that? Mob Talk Radio or something? Is that what it's called? Maybe I'll try to find it. That'll be interesting. But anyway, listen, guys, I got to get going because I got to go spend some time with somebody. And I probably won't be back till late. So I don't think there'll be another MobTube show today. But unless I get back early enough, then I'll do one of those before a politics show. I tried that last night. It didn't work too well. But I'll definitely do a politics show later tonight. Jeff Canarsie is a jerk off. I know he can be, that's for sure. Thank you, Pat. I truly appreciate that, man. I do. So, yeah, I'm going to get going. And I just want to thank all you guys because you really did come through with donations today. I mean, it's amazing. You have no idea the weight you took off my shoulders for the day. I already feel so much fucking better because you can't, when you're trying to focus on something, it's hard when you got fucking money on your mind, So, anyway, that's it. Thank you, everybody who donated. Thank you, everybody else, just for being here. I appreciate you guys. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.